What's good, y'all? Welcome to POC3 Live. This is our third one. I'm Khalid. I'm a junior. He, him pronouns. I identify as Arab, Asian, American.
I'm Hermona. I'm also a junior. I use she, her pronouns, and I identify as Ethiopian and Black.
Hi guys, my name is Paris. Sorry, that was really loud. I'm also a junior and identify as half Black, half Korean, or biracial. Ramona, you want to get into the mini game?
Yeah. Okay, so last episode I was MC Hermona, and the episode before that, you guys got to see MC Paris, but Khalid. Between the two of us, who do you think was the better MC?
Um, I'd say Hermona just because more prepared and everything. And well, it's not like never mind. Forget I said anything, Paris.
No, I want a reasoning.
Like we're more prepared the second time, obviously, because Paris went on our first ever PLC3 live, so you know, obviously that's bound to happen.
I'll accept that reasoning.
I actually think you were way better than I was, so that's funny you say that, but whatever. But tonight is our third live episode, and we'll be hosting two guests who will join us after we've chosen the MC, and we're gonna let our wheel game decide. So yeah, Khalid also has more pieces on it because he hasn't been MC yet.
Yeah, and
Yep.
Hermona has one because she was MC last time, and then Paris has two because she was MC 2 episodes ago. Okay.
Moment of truth.
Stop building up anxiety. Just do it. No.
I told you.
Period.
Oh my god.
Paris.
I'm actually so shocked, but we'll talk about it later. Anyways, hi guys. I guess I'm MC for the second time. Khalid really just got away with it. I don't know why. Like I said before, my name is Paris, and I'll try my best to lead tonight's episode. I'm definitely more prepared than last time. Like Carmona was saying earlier, we have two guests with us here tonight. So POC3 is very excited to introduce Lucy and Nina. You guys can turn on your cameras on now. Hi guys.
Hey.
Hi.
Are you guys able to unmute yourselves? Just like checking.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
You guys have siblings? I have a mom, and she like is just so that's why I keep my mute
on. Oh, sorry. I totally didn't know where I was at. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves? Tell us a little bit about yourself, like name, grade, like sort of how we did it.
Sure. Yeah.
Go first.
Okay. My name is Nina. I'm a senior at Garfield High School, and I use she, her pronouns, and I identify as Vietnamese.
My name is Lucy. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a sophomore, and I identify as Chinese American.
And I'm gonna put their Instagrams in the chat right now.
Thank you, and thank you for those introductions. I honestly am so shook that I'm MC. Sorry, I can't get over it. We did it so many times, and Hermona got it almost every time. Anyways, thanks Hermona for putting those in. For our audience, one of our members, like Khalid or Hermona, will be keeping like an eye on the chat. So for our audience, like feel free to like at any time type anything while you watch, like as long as it's not offensive, like keep it respectful, please. We're gonna get straight into the conversation / interview part, but first Khalid will be performing his penalty from last episode because he's been on kind of a losing streak from our games. We already told you guys this, Lucy and Nina, but he'll be acting out a short TV commercial. So whenever you're ready, Khalid.
Okay. Okay, guys, here we have this premium Malaysia spring water, okay? Straight from the, I don't know any bodies of water in Malaysia, but you know, nice and fresh, refreshing, cool, you feel me? Um, when we in the jungles of Malaysia, this is what we drink in, when we fighting off tigers and monkeys, like this is where it's at, you know, this right here.
Take a sip.
Okay, fine.
Oh my gosh, just screenshot of that. Crap.
Amazing. There you go.
Period.
That was a great performance. So moving on, our questions tonight. Sorry, our questions tonight are going to be focused on Asian identity in Seattle, but we also have like more specific questions that are going to be about the recent hate crimes targeting the Asian community. So let me just pull up the questions. So Lucy and Nina, as you guys answered, like we said before, like we'll add on once you guys are done, so that's not just you guys, but you both said that you do like very impressive like social work, like work for social justice and racial justice. What experience do you think inspired you to start that kind of work?
Well, like you were saying, there's been a recent spike of hate crimes towards Asian Americans. And what I realized was that racism towards Asians is so normalized. And we'll probably get into that later, but once I realized this, I really wanted to talk about it. And obviously I can post stuff on like my Instagram stories and on my Instagram, but I felt like that didn't do enough. So I started my podcast. It's called We the Teens, and it's on Spotify and Apple. Yeah, and I think a podcast is a great way and a great outlet to talk about stuff. And yeah, that's really what's like sparked my yeah. That's what made me want to start my podcast.
So like before the pandemic, I was a part of like multiple like efforts at my school, and like the two main programs I'm a part of are the Congress of Racial Equity, and we like lead cultural relationships, and we talk about we have these like forums, and we talk about issues that aren't usually talked about, like family dynamics, sexuality and gender, and mental health and race, and they like spark conversation, especially because I grew up like right in the central district, and like I like am witnessing like rapid gentrification in my neighborhood, and like it's inspired me to like get more invested into my community and like trying to spark more change to combat these issues. And then I'm also a part of like a local outdoor organization, and I'm the staff trainer for it, and I plan like race trainings for it because like it's just like an inherently like racist program, and I'm trying to like transform it to become like more inclusive to everyone, because everyone deserves like quality experiences in the outdoors, which we lack representation in. So yeah.
Thank you guys. Those were really good answers. First of all, Clara Ramona, did you want to add on to answer the question? I can repeat it if you want to.
I was just gonna say, I don't currently I'm not involved in any things right now, and I guess I was wondering if you guys had any like advice for me or other people who don't like identify as Asian, like if there's ways that like I can be a part of this as well. And also listen to We the Teens podcast.
I would say like if you want like something locally, like also like don't like spread yourself too thin, like making sure most of your effort is like focused and making a big change rather than you're doing like a bunch of random things. And like I don't know, like join a lot of like grassroots organizations like locally, like they need like the most help. And like I think just like having your friends get into it too, it becomes like a community project. And I think it's like becomes like a fun thing that you can like set time out for. And I don't know if you get like community service hours for your school, but like if that's something that you need, it's like something you can also like check off your box. But yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with Nina. And just something that's like pretty easy and simple if you have the time is just go with your friends or just by yourself or with your family to the international district, and support local Asian businesses there, because a lot of Asian businesses got hit really hard by COVID-19 because of the stigma and racism that has been happening recently. And yeah, so I've been supporting a lot of businesses and you should too. And the food is really good.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that was, oh, Hermona, did you want to let people into the room? Sorry. I wish I could go to the international district more often. It's just like I live far away and stuff, but I don't want to make up excuses and stuff. But that was really great advice. Kali, did you have anything else to add?
Like Corona said, not really involved in anything right now. And I said that last time, but you know, definitely will try to do that. But also, like, it's great to support Asian businesses. Like, I think, especially because like a lot of them, well, this is like kind of biased for me because like my dad isn't, or like my parents are immigrants. So like, and I know like a lot of Asian businesses, a lot of them like are immigrant families or came from Asia. So, and, I just love seeing my Asian immigrants come here and live the American dream, whatever that is. So always love to make that happen.
Yeah, I feel like the American dream, like you were putting in quotes, like it's definitely a weird meaning now, considering that America is practically up in flames right now. But you guys were talking about like the racism and stigma towards the Asian community, especially during the pandemic right now. What do you guys think about like the recent acts of racism towards the Asian American community? Like, why do you think there's such a lack of attention to it?
That's a hard question to answer, but also really simple at the same time. And I can't put my finger on why, but I think a main reason is that like a lot of Asian Americans that I know, we try to fit in with our white peers. There's also the model minority myth, and we also sometimes we're considered as white. Like I don't understand like yeah, but yeah, it's really confusing, and I think a lot of it has to do with the model minority myth and the fact that a lot of Asian Americans want white validation and want to fit in with their white peers. And I know personally at school, like last year, I know people who like Asian Americans who have been like, oh, ling ling and making like ching chong jokes or like I eat dogs or whatever to their white friends because, you token POC vibes, right? And because of that, their white friends think, oh, it's okay for me to be racist. And because racism towards Asians is so normalized, not a lot of people are talking about the recent spike of hate crimes towards Asian Americans. And then, yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with the model minority myth, but yeah, I can do more research.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think because of the model minority myth, it's like a lot of people are like tricked into thinking like Asian people are like as successful. Like if you work hard enough, like you can be as successful as Asian people, and we become like put on a pedestal and like tokenized, and then like it neglects a lot of like brown Asian people as well. But like it makes things like swept over our experience of like how hard it was to come here and like how hard it is to like overcome like assimilation and like to get where we are, and like it erases our history. And then so when we are like attacked, no one wants to actually like confront like the idea that we're like actually oppressed now. Like no one actually wants to like talk about like the casual like xenophobia, like especially from like our previous president, like when he like called it like the Chinese virus, it like, and like the media was like allowed to like put that in like out there and like have people spread hate crimes, um and like no one is talking about it, is because like I feel like people don't really actually want to like confront the idea that like Asian people are like being oppressed and like are existing, and it's not how like happy colorblind like world they're living in. So
Yeah, personally, I think that, by the way, those were all like great points. Like, I don't want to just skip over all the stuff that you guys said, but I think it has like a lot to do with colorism, sort of. Like you were saying that, like a lot of the actually like brown skin tone Asians like also like get overlooked, and it's like, again, like a lot of Asians might try to fit in with their white peers, like Lucy was saying, and it's like it has a lot to do with skin tone. Like personally, my brother looks so much more Korean than I, if that sounds right. But like we're both mixed, so people usually like assume certain things immediately off the bat based on skin tone for us. Like they'll assume that Cruz is like full Asian. Sorry, my brother's name is Cruz. I should have clarified that. And then they'll assume that I'm like full black. So I think like there's so many assumptions based on skin tone, basically.
I actually have two things to say. So first off was the comment on what Lucy said earlier about how like in some schools Asian people aren't considered POC. I don't know why that's a thing either. We were actually talking about that in history class today. But I was gonna say, I think that like one big reason that people overlook these issues a lot, or like it's becoming normalized, is because it's so easy for people to like forget about things that aren't directly affecting them. And I guess that's for people who don't identify as Asian. And so it's like really hard to grab people's attention when like people are getting hurt and killed and all that stuff, which is like really horrible and surprising to even say out loud, but it's true. And also like in schools, we haven't really talked about it, honestly. Like the only places I've been hearing about it is like online or like in the news or on Instagram and stuff like that. But um, I don't know, like we haven't even been talking about it in school, and that really surprised me as well.
Yeah, I just want to add one more point that like I actually haven't learned a lot about Asian American history. Maybe we cover like the Chinese Exclusion Act and then we just skip over to like Columbus or something. Like a lot of Asian American history is overlooked, and I know my Asian American history from documentaries. Like I have to go out of my way to educate myself about it, and I haven't learned that much about it like in school.
Yeah, me too. Khaled, did you want to add on?
Um, yeah, I think I don't know like how much of a role it plays, but then I think like also that it's like racism in general is like so normalized that like it's like now, or not now, like the racism against like the African American community is like so um I I think like in my opinion it's definitely kind of or it's worse than Asian racism or racism against Asians. I mean, systemically it is, but so then it's like I think like people are like, oh, like, like Asian people didn't have to go through like this sort of racism or whatever, so it's like they aren't really like or they aren't really like that oppressed. So it's like they have like kind of like set this like standard of like, oh, like X X Z X and Y. I don't know. Like this stuff has to happen. Like you need to be systemically oppressed, systematically oppressed in order to be like actually oppressed or have, I don't know, validation for being racist, I guess. Or whatever. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I had something to say actually. This is not directed at Colin at all. Like that was a really good point. I was gonna also add that I feel like when people start comparing all of like the horrible things that happen, it I don't know, like I feel like people start to focus on the wrong things. You're too busy thinking about which one is worse or what happened to a certain group that it's like not recognizing everything that's happening. And yeah, I had something else to say, but I completely blanked out once I started talking. So if I remember, I'll type it in the chat or something. But yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of I've seen a lot on like Instagram and TikTok where people would be like comparing who gets like more racism or whatever. And I think that just diminishes both sides. And I see a lot of people like saying, but BLM, right? Like I don't, we always bring like such irrelevant things into the conversation and it just diminishes like, I don't know, kind of, yeah, it doesn't sit right with me.
I think like I like you can definitely criticize like Asian hate and like point it out and without like criticizing the Black Lives Matter movement. And like there's already a lot of like anti-Blackness like sentiments in the Asian communities that we ourselves have to undo. And like what I see like a lot of the times on like Instagram is like a lot of like pro like power Asians but like anti-Black, and they like are like, but why isn't the Black community here to support us when we did this for them? Like why can't, like, I guess we're not going to support the movement anymore. Like it doesn't make sense to equate like showing out for each other as like we owe you type thing, and like why can't you just show out because you care? And a lot of it is because like we didn't like undo the like anti-Blackness within like mentality within like our like Asian activism. So it's like hard to like confront those ideas as well.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry, I had something to add on, but I was like so engaged with what you guys were saying because it was so good. But I was gonna say that as far as like Seattle specifically, like, would you guys consider that Seattle's a diverse city? Like as far as other cities that you know to compare to, and like, if not, how has that like affected your view on your identity, like racially?
There are definitely, okay, Seattle is getting so gentrified, like, and I see it every day when I drive downtown or through the central district. And I do go to private school. I have white parents. My bubble is very much white, private, privilege, that type of bubble. And so my environment is very white, and it affected me. It still affects me completely. But in elementary school and middle school, I would literally like change my whole entire lifestyle just to fit in with my white peers and my white friends. And I had almost all my friends were white, and I would be considered like the token POC. And I would try to like fit their expectations and stuff. And yeah, I was like the Brandy Melville girl. Like it was not cute. And being in a white environment still affects me today completely, but I'm definitely finding my own style and wanting to like get out of this bubble, and I educate myself more, and I try to go out of my way to meet people that are also people of color and my friends are starting to become like more people. My friends are more people. My friends are also people of color as well. Oh my gosh, that took too long. Yeah, and I cut out a lot of toxic people in my life, and thanks to quarantine, yeah. So it's definitely affected me.
Just to add on, like my personal experience, I definitely went through the same thing when I first moved here to the US. If you guys don't know, I lived in Asia for like the first 9 years of my life. So when I came here, my elementary school was mostly white students, and I tried to be like them in all ways, and like also had like this self-image problem of like I don't know, like have not having like blonde hair or like black or brown hair, like blue eyes, that sort of thing, and just like feeling I don't know, like I don't think I'm all of that, but like back then I used to like think I'm like pretty ugly, but then like now I'm like, I'm okay, you know, like I'm not really that ugly, and so yeah, like definitely affected me. It definitely affected me a lot being in that sort of environment. But once I like got to middle school where there's obviously a lot more students, and I met a lot more students of color, people of color, and that helped me like be more confident in myself and who I am, where I come from.
I feel like in our first episode for POC3, if you guys haven't seen that already, we talked a lot about like our personal identity, like growing up and all that stuff. And I mean, I agree with everything that you guys already said. I definitely felt the exact same way. Um, but I don't know. I just feel like something that Lucy said, like surrounding yourself with people of color. We talk a lot about like the diversity office at UPrep, which is like a space where a lot of the POC hang out, and that really helped me just because it's so hard to find yourself when you're trying to be somebody else.
I was gonna say that if there wasn't the diversity room at our school, like I don't know what I would do. Literally, I'd be just like I'd find a corner or something and just chill there. But I feel like if you ask any POC like student that goes to a private school or something, it's like always the same story with them. It's like in middle school we all like went through this phase like we wanted, I'm not speaking for all POC by the way, but like it's sort of a pattern like we try to all sort of fit in with our white peers and stuff. Like Lucy, I totally went through that Brandy Melville phase, like all of that. Like I was literally complaining to my mom. I was like, I want these clothes, like the Adidas Superstar sneakers, all of that. And I was like, looking back, it's so embarrassing now. But it's like, and then in high school, like we're all like, wait a minute, like we are so cool. Like honestly, I don't know about you guys, but like when I actually started thinking about my racial identity, I was like, why was I trying like so hard and stuff? Like, not saying that it's bad to be white, like all the races are not like you shouldn't be ashamed to be of any race, honestly. But sorry, I really just droned on. Did you guys have anything else to add?
There was this TikTok that I saw, and it was like, you aren't ugly, you just didn't have any friends of color. And I was like, shoot, like I feel targeted right now.
That's some big brain stuff. But maybe we'll do like one or two more questions and then we can move on to our game. Oh, Nina, sorry. Did you get a chance to share for that question? Did you want to add anything?
Oh, yeah, I think my screen got frozen, but
Yeah.
sorry, can you ask the question again? I like forgot what it was.
I think it was just like how was your experience at like a Seattle school affected like your self-image about your racial identity, like growing up until now, you know?
Yeah, so like I grew up in the Central District, which like historically is like very diverse, but is like recently like very gentrified. And I went to a middle school where it like separated the AP program and like just general ed classes, and disproportionately those general ed classes are like Black and brown students, and then those AP classes are like catered to whites and like um, Asian students. And like I was like I was in general ed, so I was always surrounded by people like of like different races, and like but it was weird because I still it was so segregated that I still like assimilated to like whenever we saw like a certain white like that white friend group, like we would all like talk differently, act like all hippity and like um and then we got to high school and it kind of like branched off and it became like the like segregated like AP classes and like general ed classes again, and like um there's a lot of like subgroups, and just like I like got to experience like being surrounded, like being like the only person in my class who like the only person of color in my class, to the like also to the like having a class full like of like people of color, and it was like you can like notice the environment and like you can tell how different it is, and like it affected like my self-worth and like thinking like am I good enough to be like in this class, or like am I smart enough, or like um am I able to do this because I've been told that like I wouldn't meet up to the standards like previously. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I would say, like I mentioned before, I have a little brother and he goes to the private school that I used to go to in elementary school. So he's going to that school right now. And it's like thinking about, oh my God, there's an ant on my desk. There's an ant on my desk. I'll kill it later. Anyways. Oh my God. Okay, sorry that you guys had to see that murder. What was I saying? Yeah, I was gonna say that I didn't want my little brother to go through any of the experiences that I went through. Like, obviously I go to a private school right now, but it's like I just really hope he doesn't go through these experiences because obviously like we both identify as POC, obviously, but yeah, I just hope that he doesn't feel like he has to fit into that mold. But for our last question, sorry about the whole ant incident, I'll throw that away later. Let's see. I guess what our school has a sort of like white allies, like white affinity group club. If that makes sense, like since we go to a majority white school. My question is like, what do you guys think about that? Like, how do you feel about if your school suddenly got a white allies club, if it doesn't already have one?
So my school actually does have one. It's called A-Bar. I forgot what it stands for, but yeah. I have mixed feelings about it. At first I'm kind of like, why aren't more white people joining? Why are there only 4 members? You know, like do the bare minimum and support the POC. And then I'm also like, well, that's good for you. Like, I'm glad that you are against this, and I'm glad you want to spark change as well. Yeah, I do hope that the White Allies group talk to POC instead of just getting together in their little bubble and then trying to solve POC problems, kind of like a white savior moment. And there's a history of white people trying to like solve racism, and it does not work out. And so I hope that at my school, I actually started the Asian Affinity Group, API, Asian Pacific Islander, and I hope that the A-Bar group, which is the white group, talks to like the BSU and the API affinity and Latinx affinity and stuff like that, because the history of white people just getting together and trying to solve racism is not a good history. And so, yeah, I do have mixed feelings, and I'm glad their intentions are hopefully good, but will they execute it well? I don't know.
Yeah, I think personally, like a white infinity group is disgusting. Like, why do you need one? Like, even if your school is like majority white, like you benefit from all of these, like you get from literally every like system of oppression. So like I don't understand why you this seems kind of like it gives me like culty vibes. Like if a group like if there was a white ally affinity group at my school that was started, they would be like we would make so much fun of them. Like I think like my friends would actually bully them. Like I think like that is so weird. Like why do you need a space when you are accessible to every single space there is, and like the minority groups like are like being like have like things like actual issues. And then also like if you're I just find it weird that when like people like self-proclaim that they're like an ally or like they're woke, like I feel like when people think of it as like a noun, like something to be called, and rather like just like something to be doing, like an action, like it just kind of seems like how performative it is. Like, why do you need a group to like show people like how woke you are? Like, do the actual work, and even then, that's not even like the bare minimum. Do like go beyond that, and like half the time, I'm sure a lot of they're like begging information from people of color to do like the labor for them too. So like um I would think it's so weird if they made a group like like exclusive to them. Like I just like think like it's kind of, it gives me like white supremacy like vibes. So yeah.
I just want to clarify that the group at my school is not like a white affinity, because I totally agree with you, Nina. Like the whole school is their affinity. Like they do not need a separate space just for them. But they are like an allies group, which does give me mixed feelings. But yeah.
Like if you guys think about it, like these are the same white people that have been like bullying you about like where you're from, what you look like, for not meeting the Eurocentric beauty standard, and now they form a group, call themselves allies because they posted like some infographic on Instagram, posted a black square for Blackout Tuesday, and was like, this is my activism for today, and declare myself as an ally. That like is so weird. Like if someone like if people did that in my school, I would like actually like gag. Like that it's so weird. Like I can't imagine like someone like forming a group and calling themselves allies. Like so gross. You have to be on a different level to be doing that. I don't know. I don't know if like that's just me, but like give it like just like there's a young life group at my school. I don't know if you guys have that too, but I think it's like Jesus related or something. But like that even that gives me it rubs me the wrong way sometimes, because they talk about like a lot of excerpts from the Bible, and like I don't know, it's just like really weird because like they use it to enforce like really like racist and homophobic ideologies. But I don't know, I just cannot imagine having that group at my school.
Go off.
I was about to say that.
I know.
I was
Girl, this
doing
girl,
it
this girl doing a whole
halfway.
speech.
I am so glad we're getting this on record. But yeah, I did not expect that response. Or I kind of was, because like obviously our school has a white allies. And we had mixed feelings about it too. We said this in the last episode because I think we also asked this question, but yeah, we had such mixed feelings about it. Like, again, like Lucy said, why are there like 4 to 5 members in it when it's a majority white school? Like, yeah, I just don't know. Did you guys have anything to add on?
Yeah, I was gonna say at our school, we started doing this thing. I think we did it once, but we haven't continued it yet, where like we had a month, or it was supposed to be a monthly meeting with all of the affinity groups, and they had Allies Club included in that. And I think that it's important to remember like intention versus impact. Like I understand they have good intent going like into it and starting the club, like wanting to show up and be there and stuff. And I feel like I guess the best way to show that is, I guess, through those meetings, at least for our school, just because sometimes it feels like we're being asked to do things, or like we kind of have to like say what we want, but it's it's not like that. I don't know how to describe it, but I definitely noticed that like those were really good for us. I also wanted to say, I recently watched the show Grand Army that came out in October. I was gonna watch it like a couple of months ago, but I just watched it last weekend. And the main character is like basically, or one of the main characters, Joey, is based off of like performative activism, and like connecting back to what we were talking about with like the Black Lives Matter movement and protests, and then now like the hate crimes against Asian people. I feel like with Allies Club, I feel like that could be really helpful for them to talk about issues and current events and things that are going on, because it's, I don't know, it's hard for us to tell what's performative and what's actual activism from the outside.
I know like exactly what you mean about Joey. Like I remember watching it, and like all of her like reasons to be angry is very valid, but it gives me very much like first wave feminism vibes, like white woman, like Susan B. Anthony, like I like anti-black, like like white woman only vibes. And like she was like, and like a lot of her, like she advocated a lot of the things on her body, which is yes, but it gave me a lot of like performative, like she made t-shirts and like hashtag, and like made it very social media based. And like I guess like that is like very convenient as of right now to like make everything through social media, but it seemed very like ingenuine, like, and like the very same people who like backed her up like didn't actually like respect her. Like I like know, like it was just like it was a lot, and it like gave me a lot of like vibes from what I've seen over the summer. Is like a lot of people have gone their like awakening from George Floyd protest when they should have been like aware of these like issues before this, because like these have been happening like before the pandemic and before like I feel like there's only been like a rage and like a spike in activism when a Black body dies, or like a person of color dies, and like it becomes a hashtag in a name, and then there's a spike, and then people forget about it, and then it keeps happening. It's like a cycle. And like so right now like people like call the Black Lives Matter like as a trend rather than a movement, and like people are like posting on like I don't know, it's just like seems very ingenuine, and like doesn't seem like people are actually putting in the effort to like really combat systemic racism and like fight for Black liberation. And that's what I was talking about, like Black liberation does like also involve like Asian liberation as well, because like without Black people it wouldn't be possible for Asian people to be where we are. And like it comes, it's like very important in our history, and like a lot of our history is erased, and like to fight for Black liberation is to fight for liberation for all people. And like it, and people like forget about that, and it comes into like oppression Olympics where people are like I'm more oppressed because da 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 da, and they don't like actually like realize that it's like solidarity rather than like isolation. Like we did all of this for you, like why can't you show up because you care for each other? Like it becomes more of like a isolated fight, and rather than like coming together and supporting each other as a community. But that was really long. I'm sorry.
You're good. I was just waiting for the right moment because I didn't want to cut you off. You were really like, your thoughts were really going well, so I didn't want to cut you off. Yeah, I think that's a good place to move on to the game though, because I want to make sure we got enough time for that. But those were all like such great points. Like you guys are so well like educated on all this stuff. Yeah, so for tonight's game, sorry, this is like such a sudden shift, but for tonight's game, it's called 5-second rule. I don't know if you guys, like the audience, have heard of this before, but basically I'm gonna give each person a category or topic, and then they have 5 seconds to name 3 things like within that category or topic that I give. And then we'll give 1 point for every correct thing that we name or whatever. And then whoever obviously has the most points at the end wins. And then whoever has the least amount of points is gonna get the penalty for next episode. We're gonna do 2 rounds though, because it goes by pretty quickly. But for our live viewers, like feel free to check in with us because I know like we're doing some really quick shifts and stuff, and you can comment anything that we shared on during the conversation. But are you guys ready for the game?
I'm so scared, but yes.
Hermona and I were practicing this. She was not doing well. Anyways, Hermona. Oh, Colin, can you do the finger countdown thing?
Oh my god.
Sure.
Okay, Hermona. Name 3 things that you dip in ranch. Go.
Carrots, wings, fries.
Let me get the tally marks.
Oh my gosh.
I was not
Well,
expecting to get any.
the way that my heart is beating, I wish I don't have my watch on, but
Your watch.
Why?
no, my Apple Watch because it says my heart
Oh.
beating on it. But
That was filthy though. Okay. Lucy.
No. Oh my God. I'm slow. I can't do this.
Name.
Go.
You said go slow? Okay. Name 3 shows you watched when you were a kid. Go.
Elmo, Dora, Kylan.
Isn't Elmo from Sesame Street?
Shows. I mean, shoot. I actually didn't watch Elmo.
Elmo
It's
is on the
fine.
show?
I think no, but it's the same thing. Who cares?
No, Elmo had Elmo's World. I think
Oh.
it was in Sesame Street though. Like it was like a section.
It's fine. I think it
Yeah,
counts.
I think we should count it. I think we should.
Yeah,
count
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Dinosaur Train. I watched a Dinosaur Train and the
Me too.
Dinosaur train. What is
Okay.
dinosaur train?
Colin.
Okay.
Name. Oh, I'm gonna make this one hard for you.
Jesus.
Name 3 European countries. Go.
Spain, France, Germany. Why did you said make it hard and I said I was good at geography, like
Anyways,
The way he did that in like 2 seconds.
could have went on. I could have named like 10.
You know what? We'll see who wins. I just realized I'm not in this, so I'm not gonna get the penalty at all. I just realized that.
You're lying.
It's between you and
Oh wait, we're not gonna give one to Paris? I think we should give one to Paris. Like
Why would I even get one if I'm gonna?
No, call it. Think of one.
No.
okay. Alright, wait guys, wait, hold on. Sorry. Quick.
What? I'm not doing this.
Yes you are. Okay, Paris. Okay. Name wait, that's kind of hard. Okay. Name 3 sorry. Name 3 African countries. Go.
Ethiopia, Egypt.
Good. I like how that was the
Yeah.
first one. Get into it.
That was so embarrassing. We're not doing me again. Anyways, Nina. You're just,
Hey, no, we're doing you again. You already started.
how do I mute college? Anyway, Nina, name 3 things you can't live without. Go.
My phone, my journal, and a charger.
So everybody got full points
Except for
on the
Paris.
first round. The second round I made hard on purpose.
Oh.
And I'm not gonna give as much time. I'm gonna say really quick. Okay, round 2. Sorry, my brother just woke up. Hermona, name 3 of the most popular games from last year. Go.
Games? What? Uno, Dos, Uno, another edition of Uno. I don't know.
Yeah, you needed to clarify like
Yeah,
video games, board games. Like, what are you
Okay.
talking about?
Restart. Name 3 of the most popular phone games from last year.
Oh my god. Among Us.
You got 1 point.
Among Us, period.
Period. That's it. That's the
Oh,
only
wait.
one. That was the most famous game.
Honestly, that's the only one I
Subway
knew.
Surfers. Subway Surfers.
Oh.
Yeah, like what
I
are you
think I have
basing this
Subway
off
Surfers on my
of,
phone.
Paris?
Oh my gosh.
Leave me alone. I found these on the internet. God.
Oh my
Okay,
god, I have a
well,
good
if-
one. Wait, Paris. Name
Yes.
name 3 types of beans.
Soy, almond, nut.
Almond is not a
Wait,
bean.
hold up. Wait.
Girl.
Hold up.
You could have said black
What is
beans.
Rewind that.
bean?
Rewind
And what is
that.
almond bean?
Rewind the footage. What did you say? Oh my goodness.
Not her turning off her camera.
We are
Girl,
never
you
doing me again.
ain't escaping that.
No, you lost. You lost. You
I'm
already
not
lost.
getting a penalty. I'm already out of it.
No. That's only fair.
Almond? Oh my god. No, I'm literally never gonna forget this. I'm about to save this part of the recording.
Anyways, Lucy. Name 3 celebrity couples. Go. Okay, name 1.
Yeah. I know.
The wheels are turning. The wheels are turning. I
That's
hear
kind
them.
of
No,
like
take your time, girl. Go,
I can
go,
only
go,
think
go.
of 2,
What are celebrity couples?
like
Wait,
Kim
no,
and
what?
Kanye. Like Kim and Kanye and like
Oh, Kylie
Shelton.
Jenner and Travis. Kylie and Travis. No, right?
Yeah.
Girl, the 5
they still
seconds have been
together?
up.
No, the 30-second rule. The 1 minute rule.
Good rule.
It was so embarrassing.
Yes,
Jay-Z
Jay-Z and
and
Beyonce, period.
Oh, Jay-Z and Beyonce. That was so
Google's still speaking. Hey Google. Oh, she's still talking.
Oh
Oh
my
my god. I
Okay.
freeze. Please erase that from your memory.
Wait, so who hasn't gone yet? Me and Nina?
Yep. Colin. Name 3.
Wait, hold up. Let me
Also,
wait,
Hermona,
hold
can
up.
you keep track on your hand?
Give me a second.
Who just
Wait, give me a second.
No, Colin, ain't nobody waiting.
Hold up.
what in the Hey, are you looking on the dock? Get off.
Ha
Not the accessory. Man.
Let me go in my Luffy mode, my One Piece mode. All right.
Are you in a lemon?
I know. Look at how like my camera just changed. Like, whatever. I'm doing it. I got to.
Oh my god. She like said, are you in 11? Okay, Colin. Name 3 things that could get you fired from a job. Go.
Oh, not doing the work, inappropriate language, and I don't know, something else. There we go.
No, you paused for 3 seconds and then you said, oh.
Okay.
I got
You are
2.
our last person. Name 3 states you find really random. Go.
Alaska, New Jersey, Denver. Wait, is Denver a state?
No.
No, Colorado.
No. It's funny because I'm like graduating this year and I like don't
Oh
know.
my god, the way that you were struggling with New York though had me dead.
Also, wait, was anyone even counting? I feel like we were all just paying attention to what she
Yeah,
was
no.
saying.
Yeah, I was trying to go through with New York. I
No,
think
freaking like, what is Ohio? Like, or
Yeah, what-
Idaho?
Ohio.
No, Ohio, Iowa, and Idaho, all same energy, and it's all like orange and yellow too. Like that's the color they give off.
no, guys. We were debating the most random state. Wyoming. That's a state.
Oh, I forgot about them.
Or
I was about to say
Nebraska.
Nebraska. I was about to say that.
Oh my God.
Kentucky.
South Dakota and North Dakota.
Mm-mm.
What?
Who are they?
I'm so
Oh
sorry
my
for
God, I just
people
said that,
who
Lucy.
are from these states, by the way, if they're gonna watch. But
Wait, hold up. I just have to say, right? What was Harmona's like prompt or whatever for the second round?
Games, most important games, most popular games.
I just have to say, you gave like everybody else like one word answer type questions, and then you gave me like questions where it's like I have to like speak in full sentences. I'm just
Okay,
saying.
y'all weren't here, but Colin was bragging about how good he was. At
I
the
did not say that. I said I'm good
No,
at
you have to give
geography.
me-
That's it. That's all I said. Like, what are you talking about? Stop.
okay, then let's do one round where it's freestyle, and we'll all come up with one. Since Colin is
Wait,
so
Colin,
confident.
Name 3 species of fish.
Tuna, salmon, hamachi.
Hmm.
What?
What?
I don't know.
feel
I
like
just
you
know
made
that's
that
like
up. and,
sushi.
like,
No, hamachi's a real fish. Yeah, hamachi. Hold on, let me search it up.
Hermona,
I got you.
name 3 things that Seattle's well known for. Go.
Oh, we talked about this. Fish. What was the other thing? Poke teriyaki or something?
Fish?
Or
apples.
Look.
Oh, rain. Oh my God.
Look,
Fish, right?
hamachi.
It's
That's a real
fish.
fish.
It's salmon, guys.
What? We talked about this. They throw the fish at Pike Place.
Yeah.
No fish, they throw salmon.
Yeah,
Okay,
you could have
I-
said like Starbucks, Microsoft, Amazon, Rain, coffee.
Okay, well,
I'm glad everyone got to see that. But I do-
Wait, Paris.
yes.
Paris. Let me think. Okay. Name.
This is it.
Okay. Name 3 things you do at school.
Walk, eat, ignore.
ignore.
Okay. I guess.
I think I won just from that.
Wait, did the last round count or no? The one we just did.
Yes. Colin won, and Hermona's getting the penalty next episode.
You were a part of the game too.
I was not part of the game. I was just
yes, you were.
Paris lost. She just disappeared.
Paris lost,
Yeah.
guys. Okay, so me and Hermona are gonna come up with a punishment for next time.
Period.
I have no idea.
Executive decision, 2 to 3. Come on.
I have no idea what's going on, but I want to be aware of the time. Where was I? Since we're almost done tonight, I wanted to, we wanted to thank Lucy and Nina again for joining us tonight. What did you guys think about tonight's episode? You can give your final thoughts and shout out any organizations you want.
Thank you for having us. I'm honored to be here. It was really fun, and I'm glad that I know you guys now. I also, if you check out my Instagram, I have a link tree in my Instagram bio that has organizations, petitions, and donation links that you can donate to. So if you want to check that out, you can. Yeah, thank you guys so much.
I had so much fun. It was like, I don't know, it was really nice to be here. And I don't know what, I'm a part of like the Congress of Racial Equity, and we're holding like a race forum webinar. So if you guys want to continue like conversations about race and like learn more about it, you guys can join us. I'll put I don't know. I'll put the Instagram name into the chat and you guys can like look it up.
Yeah, I just put in your guys' personal ones, but you can add anything else too.
All right, and then tomorrow night, like usual, our YouTube channel, POC3, will upload the recording of this for like the people that missed it. And next week we'll have some more content, so make sure you subscribe so that you can stay updated. We also released our website this week, so Harmona will put like all the links in the chat for people who haven't seen it yet. But I think that's all for tonight. Khalid, do you want to close us off?
Okay, so thank you everyone for coming again. Thank you again to Lucy and Nina for being our guests. Again, I'm Khalid.
I'm Harmona.
And I'm Paris. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.